All right, I think we're actually live for Table Talk Thursday, episode 28. Hello and welcome, everybody. I'm your host, Harper_1, also known as David, with my co-host here.
Okay, Rainy Death Online, also known as Kenneth, with a dick of a host.
For what? I just barely got it working. Leave me alone. We've had technical difficulties, and apparently it's my fault that I didn't let him know that he needed to get the fuck off his phone or whatever he was doing. I have no idea what he was even doing at this point.
Looking up the world's deepest borehole.
He was looking up the deepest boreholes that his penis can fit into.
You're damn right. 7 miles deep.
7 miles deep. That's like literally, that's like throwing a hot dog down multiple hallways at that point. Multiple. It's just like,
You never hear it drop.
You don't hear shit. Anyway. Alright, so I think everything's stable. Biggest deal is we might be in and out. If we're in and out, we're going to go ahead and probably just stop the stream, record it, and I'll just upload it as a podcast and whatever for Mixer. I don't even know if Mixer supports that sort of thing. So, to all those of you in Mixerland that don't watch me, yeah, there may or may not be a video there. But hopefully everything will just continue working and we'll have a good time. Or something.
One must hope.
What? Did you say one must hope?
Yeah.
Or one more soap?
One must hope.
Okay, good.
No, yes, one more soap. Whatever the fuck that means.
Exactly my question. One more soap. We're gonna celebrate. Oh yeah, alright. Oh, one more soap. Oh, and to everybody out there in Twitch, going to TwitchCon land, you know, salute you. Enjoy yourself. I mean, it's only Thursday, but some people I think are already flying out there. I wish I was going, except for the fact that it cost like a literal arm and a leg and stuff that I can't afford.
Yep.
So, that's why I'm not doing it. I wonder if I can grab special footage and stuff from people. Maybe. Probably not though. Oh hey, they got the Twitch like thing working again now. That's good. Because before that, this stuff was broken. I think it was Twitch's fault. Because if I scroll up here, like it'll stop linking. See, it'll stop linking people's Twitch accounts. See that? It was just broken for a while.
Or maybe it was Discord.
Or somebody.
Anyways.
Anyway, all right, back on track. You wanna take the super internet meme?
Yep.
All right.
Trainee McTrainface becomes an official name for Swedish Train.
The best.
As you may remember, Britain Submarine Company.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Okay, Highcat went live one day ago. Hashtag plays with viewers. Only if they're lollies. Heyo.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. This is actually like a lot smoother than last time.
It's better in the bottle. It's better in bottle.
No, we had it in the bottle last time. Did we have the best day root beer? We had the other one, I think. We had Not Your Father's. Yeah, that's what we had. This one's like mostly root beer. Like
yeah, I mean alcohol content's 5.5%. So yeah. We know what that kind of means now.
I mean, kind of. It just means there's less alcohol in it, which means it tastes less like alcohol. That's really all that means.
Yeah.
Which apparently for the wine means a lot, because I guess like just a slight amount of alcohol fucking overpowers anything in wine. But it'll get you drunk. Oh, I need to get you that chocolate wine so you can try it. You never tried
the chocolate wine.
Oh, okay, yeah. I love that shit. It's like fucking chocolate milk with a little bit of alcohol.
I didn't really like it, but maybe I should try it again.
I really enjoyed it. Like I said, it tastes like chocolate milk with a little bite to it. I thought about making like hot chocolate, pouring some of that in there.
Maybe I'll do that. Just at work.
Just like grab your fucking cup, turn on the hot chocolate thing, and then take it back to your table, throw it away in the trash, and then pour the chocolate wine in there instead, and be like, "Yep, this is good hot chocolate."
This will help me get through the day.
At least you only have tomorrow for the rest of the week.
Fucking thank.
I have tomorrow too. I gotta go do stuff tomorrow. Oh yeah, I'll talk to you about that.
This week has been the longest week.
I bet. I mean, I met the guy already. It was pretty funny to me.
You met the devil himself.
Is that the devil himself? Or he met the devil
No,
himself.
he met the devil.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're the guy that told off that guy. I guess so. I still didn't even see it as a pissing match. It was more. I still saw it more of. I just said one thing and that's it. I didn't say anything else after that. Like I could have gone further, but I only said what I needed to say, and I was done.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well. Carry on.
So, earlier this year, in a wild
Naivety.
feat of naivety, the Swedish transport company MTR Express turned to the public, as all great companies do, to name their new Stockholm to Gothenburg express trains. Oh, did they learn nothing from the British? Which, of course, not. The British named their boats Bodie McBoatface, because, of course, the internet loves naming things stupidly. As of Tuesday, Swedish commuters will be able to ride Trainee McTrainfaced. The name overwhelmingly won the popular vote, likely as retribution and vindication for Britain's cruel decision to nix Bodie McBoatface in favor of naming the vessel after Sir David Attenborough.
Who's also pretty cool, so that's a pretty good ship name.
The Swedish transport company was at least committed to following the will of the people. And I wonder if they limited it to like Swedish IP addresses or they just left it open to the world.
Probably left it open to the world. Because I think I saw I think it was on Reddit and stuff for people to vote for it to be Trainee McTrainface. I remember the vote. It was viral.
Of course it's viral, it's the internet, and naming things publicly. We saw pretty quickly that Trainee McTrainface was in the lead in the popular opinion. There was a bit of international attention on the vote, and I imagine that some people were quite delighted to get some revenge for the Bodie McBoatface thing, said MTR marketing chief Peter Nasby. The crowdsourced names of the route's other trains included Ingvar, after a popular television presenter, Estella, after Sweden's Princess Estella, and Glenn, after the long-standing joke that everyone in Gothenburg is named Glenn.
Of course, we wouldn't know that because we're Americans. Wow, that was incredibly short.
Yeah, pleasure.
Holy shit.
News is thick.
Oh, hello. Should I just play the video?
Yeah, play the video, then we'll go.
Spain to trigger direct rule on Catalonia to crush independence bid. As we covered in the story last week, the week before last? Was it just last week?
It was last week.
I have a terrible time remembering time, even though I know what day it is.
Yeah, this is the follow-up into a story we did last week, where the Catalans, a province of Spain, were attempting to vote for their independence in secret, and Spain sent in their national police to break it up. And, yeah, it was a pretty nasty affair.
Yep, I mean, it's like, yeah.
Because under Spanish Constitution, a province, or whatever they call it, region, can't declare...
A parish?
Can't declare independence.
Hello, Chacho 108. It's two versions of Thomas Trick. It's really weird. Yeah, man, people vote for weird names. I'm actually surprised I caught that. Kudos to you, my friend.
Yeah.
I had just changed over the, I had the alert box notification. Welcome to the stream for your first time in Mixerland. How are things looking out there? I'm trying to fix the alert here, or the topic. I'll just roll
Just play the video. As you can see, that's some of the riots going on of people against the police. I mean, it was ugly. Police dragging people out, young, old, just smashing heads in. I mean, the Catalan firefighters were coming around and trying to blockade the police. I mean, look at this bullshit. That was some strong-ass glass, where that cop's just kind of weak.
Oh, gold. Okay, that was close.
Yeah.
That was it. It's like a glass.
I mean, look at that. 2.25 million people. Around, 40% of the people in the world. In a secret, illegal, freaking vote.
So they had 9% of the 50%.
There has not been a referendum in Catalonia. All of us Spaniards have seen that our rule of law is still alive.
I mean, Spain should just let the stupid vote go through and then just
So
ignore
that was the thing that happened. whenever you respond with police brutality and like stuff like this to these problems, you're just gonna give them more credit.
It just makes it worse.
You're gonna give the rebels something more to go on. You're gonna
Yeah,
give
because
the rebel
they're
fight.
going to be looking at this. You know, they'll have
Yeah.
pictures of this. Protests of police beating people, throwing them into the streets. You know, citizens of the province, you know, citizens of Spain. Although, not for long, because they'll have their choice. You know, it doesn't make you look good, Spain, for doing
Yeah,
this.
doesn't make anybody look good. Let's be real. And no matter what country you were, if you did this, it wouldn't be okay.
Why is Reuters, like, camera so poor 5 days before?
We are going to declare independence within 48 hours after all the results are made official.
Las normas aprobadas legal y legítimamente, demostrando una deslealtad inadmisible.
There's no translation.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't know because I don't speak that Spanish. Spanish? Even though it's similar.
Spain Spanish is similar, yeah.
It's super similar. They just use a couple different words for a couple different things.
Like vosotros. And
Vosotros instead of nosotros. And there's a couple others, but yeah.
yeah.
Alrighty then. Okay, I guess
Yeah,
with
you
that.
cover a bit of the story.
Okay. The Spanish government said Thursday it would begin the process to impose direct rule in Catalonia in an unprecedented move to crush the region's independence. Oh yeah, so while we're talking about crushing independence and like
Can empty.
rule, it is. What?
Okay. This is what the Spanish government's going to do to Catalonia.
Oh, nifty. Okay. No, I was going to say, along those lines, if you want to crush infidels or something, Humble Bundle is now giving away Civilization 3 Complete right now for free. So if you like free games, go get it.
Or just buy other things from Humble Bundle. They always have great deals on bundles
Or
of
buy
games.
bundles of games from Humble Bundle. Not sponsored by Humble Bundle.
Although, if you want to sponsor some bundle, we're open to it.
I wish somebody would. I mean, I drink enough Dr. Peppers, and well, this is alcoholic root beer.
But actually, Humble Bundle just got bought out by IGN.
I'm surprised that IGN has enough money to buy anything. To be honest,
Yeah.
how
Of course,
does
also-
Humble Bundle get bought out? You know what that's gonna do though? Like, I feel like that's gonna turn them more into a profit venture instead of like Humble Bundle
non-profit.
doing Humble Bundle things.
Well, supposedly Humble Bundle's again independent for now. But from what they were saying, how this route was going is that
Because Humble Bundle, I don't think they don't really make money. They do most.
no,
of the
they
stuff
make
is
money.
charities.
They're a game publisher now.
Huh?
They apparently they publish a couple of independent games. And did you know IGN stands for Imagine Game Network or Imagine Games Network?
I don't know. I never knew what IGN stands for.
I know, nobody
thought it was just
does.
Internet Game Network or just something Game Network. I knew it was Game Network.
But
It's
it's
just
Imagine Game Network.
that's really weird, but okay.
I guess it's an old name.
Nobody. Well, I think since their existence and their inception, they were always just IGN. They never. Nobody knew their original name.
Yeah.
They're just the IGN.
Yeah, but they were saying is that publishers like Humble Bundle, people were saying that Humble Bundle's growing too quick for it to be able to handle everything, so that they needed a cash infusion to help smooth things out. So they, I guess, went in talks with IGN.
Maybe IGN just bought out their like game.
Well, no, because they
Publishing
bought
side?
Humble Bundle as a company, which
Yeah.
includes the non-profit part.
I don't know. I'm just worried to see what happens with that then.
Yeah, lots of people are worried.
Because it's
most people are
IGN.
hoping IGN just, gives them the resources they need and leaves them alone.
Yeah, but no company would do that. If there's not like something massively in it for them, there's no reason to buy out somebody.
Well, clearly,
And, IGN's kinda-
Humble Bundle makes money
yeah.
because
But I'm saying, like, there's no reason, like, that they, wouldn't change something up or whatever, because, I mean, they bought you out.
why would they? Why would a company who? Well, I don't think they bought them. I think Humble Bundle sold to IGN, sold themselves to IGN.
Yeah.
So I don't think Humble Bundle and IGN are looking to damage, the goodwill of the people and such, and the reputation they have.
I don't know.
I think the smartest move for IGN is just to support Humble Bundle and what they need, and then just leave them alone. Let them do what they do best.
And IGN has the media sources to just help push Humble Bundles, like, stuff, basically.
Yeah.
Which is good. Anyway. In a statement from Madrid, the government of Prime Minister Mariano Rajoy, is it
Rajoy.
Yeah, Rajoy, whatever.
Well,
Rajoy!
it's Spanish. So.
I know, so that's why I was like, Rajoy. But
Rajoy.
said it would invoke Article 155 of the Constitution, a provision that allows the central government to suspend the autonomy of the Catalan region administration. Rajoy's cabinet will meet on Saturday to agree with measures to restore the constitutional order in Catalonia, where a banned referendum on independence took place earlier this month. The plan will then be put before Senate, where Rajoy's Popular Party has a majority for approval. The statement did not spell out what steps would be taken under Article 155, but the provision gives Madrid the power to take over the running of Catalan institutions and force new elections it has never been invoked before.
I mean, this is pretty interesting what's going on here. I mean, a country, Spain coming in and just straight up saying, the government that exists there, the people who voted that government in, the people who like their elected representatives, well, we're going to come in as a central government and basically get rid of it. I mean, that'd be like if, the federal government went into, like, Alabama and just told the governor straight up, no, yeah, your governor, your entire legislature, you're gone. We don't agree, you've broken particular articles of our Constitution, so now we must remove you.
Strike down the non-believers!
Imagine there'd be lots of outrage like there is with this.
Yep. Something of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
The announcement came minutes after Catalan President Carles
Puigdemont, I don't know, threatened that the region could formally declare independence if the Spanish government did not engage in dialogue. Puigdemont also demanded Spain and its repression of Catalan separatist leaders. In a letter sent shortly before a Madrid-imposed deadline for the region to drop its independence bid, 2 leaders of the Catalan independence movement were taken into custody on suspicion of sedition earlier this week.
Which is correct, I think, by the definition of sedition. I mean, they're clearly breaking the law, at least Spanish law, in regards to this. In Spain, I mean, most countries have a constitutional responsibility to keep their country together.
I mean, that's what happens when you get into a constitution or federated state. I mean, it's like the United States and the Civil War, basically.
Yeah. The United States has a responsibility to fucking show those southern separatists, they do. Yes. Alright. So you can see if you want to scroll down.
Sure.
For the picture?
Yeah.
So I mean, you can just look. That's a significant portion of Spain. It also is a significant portion of their border with France, and it also includes Barcelona, a major city and major tourist attraction for the country of Spain.
Yep.
So does Madrid. Madrid's a very popular city to be tourist in.
But yeah, a lot of people go to Barcelona.
Everybody knows. So this is this would be a major blow to Spanish tourism, to Spanish border control, a lot of income and such would be supremely lost, as well as the authority over 2-something million people, or 4 million people, because 2 million people came out, which is 40% of the voter roll.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Still a lot of people. That's a lot of people to show up for a vote.
Well, yeah. No, it is. It's quite a lot for.
It's more than I think you had estimated, because you were saying you didn't think that many people would either vote or that many people would even vote for it. Yeah, last week.
Percentage?
Yeah.
Because I didn't say numbers. I might have said percentages.
Well, yeah, you were saying that there wouldn't have been a majority vote for independence, but I mean, almost 50%, and 90% of that 50 voted.
No, well, 40%. 90%.
It was 46. It was 90% of 46.
No, it's 90% of 43.
Is it 90% of 43? Okay.
So that means,
but
that means it's about 39% of the people voting for independence.
Yeah.
That's still, 60% of the populace within there are voting.
Which is a majority vote.
Which is, the majority either
the majority
didn't vote.
But I'm saying, if they had a proper vote. I'm saying it would have been a majority. It's still a
No,
majority.
I mean, if they had a proper vote, I think, as Bob said it last week or whenever, that they would have voted for independence, but in Spain, the government in Madrid would just ignored it.
Yeah.
That's what they should have just done. They should have just let
It
them
still
get this
looks
all
bad
out of their
either way.
system. Let Catalans vote for independence, have a good day, etc., etc., etc. Lead them on for a few years or whatever,
a few years.
and then just ignore it, just brush it under the rug. Then they would be happy, their voices would have been heard, and then nothing would have happened.
Yeah, but there's people that would know that and would still
Well, of
stick to
course. Of course there's people who would know that, obviously. It's not like anything like this ever goes away. But it's not it's the fact that the majority will be satisfied.
Yeah. Anyway, whatever. Guess we're done with this, yeah?
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say about this? Anything in particular? Nope, cool. I didn't even know that this was a thing. This is news to me.
So, federal judge blocks Trump's third travel ban.
Is that like a super oversized metal case right there? It's like bent up and like bowing out at the bottom.
I mean, look at the guy who's behind that case. On this giant cell phone. I don't know if that cell phone's huge or if he just has tiny hands.
He looks like a tiny person because like there's a woman over there that's really further away. It's
That's a
kinda
good
small, so-
point.
There's also a woman over there that's like bigger than him already, basically. Yeah, so I think it's just a really tiny man. I mean, shit, that bag is about half that man's body.
Probably weighs more than him.
Probably. I mean, I don't know. With his demeanor and his racial overtones, I would say that there's a bomb in there.
He's just some poor Indian worker.
Probably. He's got like a fro, though.
No. See the glasses?
Mm-hmm.
They're like really big, like, glasses.
Are they?
Yeah. I mean, definitely Asian. And not in that European Asian that means Middle East.
I would
mean
there-
actual Asian.
Look, I'd say there's like an Asian like chick with that dude because there's a little really tiny girl with boots on right there.
Yeah.
Tiny butt. That's a really tiny woman.
Yeah, definitely Asians.
And there's the TSA agent looking to feel people up. He's like, which one of you guys gonna get the feel up right now? Look at him. Look at the way he looks.
He's staring at that woman in white.
That's what I'm saying.
He's like, just come through here.
Yep. There's actually a woman right in front of him that looks like she's looking at him. He's just like
I'm not looking at cell phone.
something. But he's like, I'm gonna go get you. I'm gonna get you. let me get some lube for these gloves. All right.
So a federal judge on Tuesday, again, this has been blocked 3 times now.
Not twice, but thrice. Oh, look at that, Kenneth. Look at the Google Pixel 2, the one with white and black.
I want it!
You should honestly wait. You
No,
have a
it
Pixel.
would have been 2 months. Wait.
So? You already have a Pixel.
I don't wanna
and
wait
you already
2
have
months.
the fucking LG G whatever the fuck, 360 or whatever the fuck
6.
that one is. The 6. Just wait.
No.
Don't be an impatient
I'm a
car.
goddamn American.
I see that, but don't like you really want this color phone and this phone specifically. Just wait for it.
I'll just get a case that's...
Good things
I'll get a white
come
case.
close away. I mean, yeah. I mean, I get cases anyway, so it doesn't matter what the fuck my phone
I mean,
looks like.
so do I, but I get clear cases. Because I like to
Fucking
show off.
clear cases.
I like to show off.
Fucking clear case. Ooh.
Yeah, clear cases. Ooh.
And then Kent's gonna have like 20 phones now. I don't think I'm gonna buy any of them from him. They're so expensive.
Just buy the
I
G6.
can't afford it.
I'll even cut the price.
I can't afford it still, probably.
400?
No. You realize I don't get paid that much every 2 weeks.
God damn it, man.
No.
Make some sacrifices.
No, it's not worth it. I don't want a new phone yet. I will eventually. Whenever I move to North Carolina, I'll buy a new phone. How about that?
Okay, they offer the phone.
I need to go see that dude's Outback so I can see his fucking like high gain bullshit antenna setup he has.
I mean, the antenna is about as thick as this mic.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yes. A federal judge on Tuesday largely blocked the Trump administration from implementing the latest version of the president's controversial travel ban, setting up yet another legal showdown to the extent of the executive branch's power when it comes to setting immigration policy. The decision from U.S. Judge Derek K. Watson in Hawaii is sure to be appealed, but for now it means the administration cannot restrict the entry of travelers from 6 of the 8 countries that officials said were unable or unwilling to provide information that the United States wanted to vet the country's citizens. The latest ban was set to fully go into effect in the early hours of Wednesday, barring various types of travelers from Syria, Libya, Iran, Yemen, Chad, and Somalia, North Korea, and Venezuela. Watson's order stops it temporarily with respect to all countries except North Korea and Venezuela.
Yeah, no, North Korea needs to be travel banned anyway.
Yeah, well, I mean, they've already banned Americans. Or actually, the US government has banned Americans and saying that you
Yeah, so it doesn't, that needs to be done anyway.
Yeah, no. Americans shouldn't go to North Korea. I mean, like, they even stated, like, North Korea...
Then that's when you get an auto, what is it, Wattenborough?
Auto Rambler?
Or what, who? What?
Rambling?
I don't know, something with the W.
Well, yeah. There's the college student who was
Yeah.
killed by the North Koreans.
Yep.
And Venezuela, a failing communist country. That's the thing. Like, with Syria, like, this is saying immigration. I know Syria, being that it's in a major civil war, quite a lot of travel going through from Syria to, like, Europe and such. It's a concern. Libya, Iran, Yemen, Chad, and Somalia.
Chad.
I mean, they're terrorist hotbeds. I think Libya has Al-Shabaab, or what's the other one? I forgot it. I can't remember it. But it was like the translation apparently means like Western education is sin or something. Iran, of course, because Trump doesn't like Iran, and Iran is not a terror state, but
Would you say terrorist state?
no, I said they're not.
I know, but I'm just like, what? I just found that funny.
Yemen, Chad, they're rather dangerous countries. I know Syria is heavily bombing Yemen, illegally bombing Yemen with a lot of weapons of war that have been deemed as crimes against humanity for their use. Somalia is not really a country more than it is just a land area that has people living in it under threat of, I don't know, decapitation and death.
That's always the threat. That's the best thing. It's just like when ISIS was out, just blowing people's brains out all the time.
In a 40-page decision granting the state of Hawaii's request for a temporary restraining order nationwide, Watson wrote that the latest ban suffers from precisely the same maladies as its predecessor.
A 40-page restraining order for what?
A 40-page decision stopping this ban from going through.
Oh, okay.
That's the thing. I don't understand why... See, that's the thing. Obama had actually banned travel from these countries temporarily for like a couple months.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why Trump doesn't just take the ban the Obama administration got through and just copy it. Just word for word copy it.
Because everything that Obama did was terrible. It was sinful. I mean, like, I don't know if it's based on race or just based on principle that he hated Obama and everything he did. But that's the biggest thing is,
it's a little of both because Trump...
It's a little of both.
Well, Trump was like a major proponent of the birtherism. He was the one who brought it to the forte.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, he's like, where's the birth certificate? He was on national TV and always asking where the heck the president's birth certificate was. And then when it came out, it's like, not good enough. We want the long form birth certificate. And then they show the long form. Not good enough. God damn it. We want, I don't know, doctors or some shit. And it's like, not good enough. Like a Hawaiian news, because you know how newspapers always post birthdays and such. And a Hawaiian newspaper had it. And he's like, not good enough. It's like nothing would satisfy him.
Yeah.
I'm sure he probably still...
Yeah, but I mean, like, a lot of things that he trash-talked the president on, he's already, like, done most of those things. Like, the whole golfing thing.
Yeah, he's golfed, like, way more spending... So, he spent more money now traveling around the country and world than Obama has spent any time during his entire, like, 8 years as president. 4 to 8 years as president, I don't know something.
What? Oh, 4 to 8 years.
Yeah, because I don't know how much he spent over the entire 8 years. Yeah. But he spent more than he has in the 4 years. So... Fuck Trump and his trying to... As if he thinks the American people are going to miss it.
Huh?
As if he thinks the American people are going to miss what he's doing. You know, everybody's watching everything he does with a fine-tooth comb. He's not going to get away with it.
A lot of people are. I mean, his like diehard supporters just kind of turn a blind eye to everything.
Yeah.
Because that's just how people are. Some people go like full retard ham for things. That's just how it works.
No, I mean, like Bernie Sanders did.
We've got no viewers, it hurts. Anyway, carry on. That's because you looked over there and like, there's nothing. Nothing remains here.
Well, no, but Bernie Sanders did a...
Our Lord and Savior.
Yeah, I wouldn't say Bernie Sanders. Hell. Did a debate with Ted Cruz in like a town hall. And one of the... and like the crowd had a chance to ask questions. And the crowd got a chance to ask questions, and like one person was asking about like taxes, and he's like, throughout all the years, the government has always grown, taxes have always grown, regulation has always grown. I'm just thinking to myself, just because I'm on that, what the hell do you think's gonna happen? Yeah, shit gets more complicated as years go by.
Most definitely.
It's not like, you know, we still have the tiny little Washington D.C. that's still a swamp, although it is a swamp in a metaphorical sense. You know, it's not like we're still getting around on horse and buggy. Shit gets complicated quickly. Like, what the fuck does this guy think? Everything's gonna stay exactly the same? That's just in stupid calm. And then he's like, you know, I want to see all the tax cuts, you know, from the Republican tax plan. And Bernie's like, the tax cuts are gonna go to the top 1%. Like he said, like half the tax cuts are gonna go to the top 1%. Like 30% of the tax cuts are going to go to the top 1/10 of 1%. And then he's asking them, do you still want tax cuts even though it's going to hurt the middle class? And he's like, I said I want tax cuts for all Americans. And he's like, the Walton family is going to get, under the Republican plan, get $50 billion in tax cuts. You know, the richest Americans will get tax cuts. Well, it will hurt the poor and middle class, increasing their taxes. And the guy's like, I said all Americans.
I mean, yeah, it still is all Americans get, what was it? Get taxed or get tax cuts?
No, not all Americans are getting tax cuts because the programs, because they have to cut programs because it's always a big thing to balance the budget. But to balance that budget, they're gutting Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security to the tune of trillions of dollars. Schools, everything they can cut.
And then they increased military funding again.
Of course. Oh, you wanted free college education? Fuck you. We're going to increase military spending by $50 billion a year, even though it only costs $8 billion to fund per year to fund college education.
Yeah, I need to bring you in with Potshot and them because Potshot, he lives in Canada. Mm-hmm. He does the Debskis. He's cool as hell, but like he's like super Republican. I don't understand. He's like basically because I talked about how I was sitting here living at home, enjoying being unemployed and getting money. He's like, oh, you're one of those. It's like, I bet you like Bernie Sanders. I do. Oh, and I'm like, what? He's like, so you expect everyone to pay for everything? No, not really. I mean, there's a way for it all to work out and stuff like that.
I mean, that's the thing. Do people who say shit like that think that we don't understand how taxes work? Actually, another interesting thing is during that same town hall, like a person who was, I guess, from like Sweden or Norway, some Scandinavian countries, I'm from Scandinavia. I grew up with the Scandinavian systems, and I'm here in America. And it sounds like, Mr. Sanders, that you want to follow the Scandinavian way, but you still want to spend like an American, or spend like a Scandinavian, but not tax like one. Because he said everybody gets taxed. The poor, the middle class, the rich, they all get taxed. And I don't remember Bernie's response to it, but I mean, it's not like people aren't going to get taxed. This isn't all going to be on the backs of the wealthy. No. Everybody's taxes have to go up to pay for these systems. My taxes have to go up probably pretty high, pretty much.
Everybody says.
I mean, everybody has to pay their fair share to use these systems. But it
allows everybody to have these systems.
Yes, it allows everybody to have free college education and health care, and you're not going to die in the streets because you can't afford to go see a doctor for some medical condition you have going on. The number one cause of bankruptcy in the United States is medical bankruptcy. Even with people who have health insurance, they still go bankrupt.
Yeah, because sometimes people
No,
get
the
really
truth
sick.
is
Then you have people like me that don't ever get sick. However, I have some like weird skin thing going on right now. I need to go to the doctor, but I don't have insurance, so I just don't care and deal with it.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a chronic sickness, you're screwed. Because you're gonna have to. It's life sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's what people think that people who propose these plans don't understand. You know.
Well, a lot of the people,
Yeah, 'cause
a lot of
it's-
people that are against all these plans they're like Mr. Tennis. Mr. Tennis is a great person, which is why I'm surprised he thought this way. But he's like, I don't want the government touching my money at all. He's a really nice man. He does a lot of work for people.
Yeah.
But he just doesn't want the government taking his money and giving it to anybody. He doesn't want it to go to anybody, even though he said it helps people. It's just these people hate the people that don't do it, because there's those people that take advantage of the system for sure.
Yeah.
And like me, I'm not taking advantage of the system. I'm going
you
with it with what I have.
Yeah, and you've paid into this system. That's the thing.
That's the other thing technically I didn't. I paid into the system, but this isn't even my money coming out right now. This is technically the district paying me anyway, inadvertently. They pay,
They pay because
TWC
they
to pay
fired
me.
you
They pay my
because-
salary basically right now.
Yeah.
It's just much lower. So that's something else, And then technically, some of the people on certain welfare programs, some of them paid into it anyway beforehand, or their parents did, or other people did. So with Social Security, you pay into your Social Security.
Yeah.
That's your money.
And that's the thing. Everybody's like, Social Security is going to fall apart by 2030 or something.
The only reason it's going to fall apart is because they keep cutting everything and they're not able to pay people enough. That's why a lot of people have to go back to working now. A lot of old people are back in the industries because Social Security is not enough for them to live, because everything is going up, especially even here.
Yeah.
That people can't even afford a little Social Security. I don't think my grandma could still afford to live here if she was still alive.
No, because that's the thing.
She only made $400
Because Social Security doesn't grow with the rate of inflation. And they do what they call, or at least I think they might have tried. I don't know if they do what they call a chain CPI, which basically they set a year, and then that's just how they base everything off of. So, but no, all they need to do to increase, the reliability of Social Security is increase taxes by 0.5%. Nobody will probably, or 0.5%, even a couple percentages. Nobody will notice a goddamn thing out of their check realistically. And that program stays solvent for the next 100 years. It's not that hard. Just fucking increase the taxes on everybody. Or close tax loopholes, so that way people can't get out of paying their taxes. There are things that can be done to make an effective system.
Yeah. Or even if, like I said, even if taxes stay practically the same, if you balance the budget properly, if you cut military spending, cut some of those government contracts, as we've covered in news stories, to the tank factory that just continues pumping out tanks for no reason.
Or that damn new jet that's costing trillions of dollars in R&D
and as far as I know, from the specs that I know, it's relatively shitty compared to what we already have. I mean, there's tons of things like that. You could just stop a lot of that. But I mean, when the people hear you say cut the military spending, they think you're like, well, fuck the soldiers, fuck their pay. Well, got news for you. Most of the money that goes to the military doesn't even go to soldiers' pay at all. It mostly all goes to, R&D, private.
unless you're in the Air Force.
They don't even get paid a lot, to be honest, because all the pay grades are the same across all the military, as far as I know. In E4 at any levels, and E4 all across the board. Mm-hmm. It's actually it's the same thing for government jobs too. Government jobs get the same pay scale. They just don't get placed that low.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now that's the thing. We have over 200 bases around the world. 200 or 230 bases.
I feel like we have more than that, but yeah.
No, because we have a base in nearly every country. Even countries that hate us, we have bases in it. Yep. We are not the world's police. It is not our responsibility. It's not our job.
We are Team America World Police.
To go out there and save the goddamn world.
We're going to save the motherfucking day.
That's the UN's job. That's what they're for.
Except they don't. Well, I mean, they do, but
they're
they don't.
Peacekeeping missions.
They do and they don't. They do peacekeeping. We do it the American way, which is faster and also much bloodier. Mm-hmm. And usually for our own gain.
Yeah.
We don't go save people for the goodness of our heart. So, okay, sometimes. Sometimes we do. We save the
Rarely.
people. We save the people close to us from out of the goodness of our
Not
hearts,
really.
like Haiti.
I
and
mean,
stuff.
well,
Hey, it's not about like Haiti. Within the Gulf of Mexico, unless it's Cuba, I think we'll save them just because they're there. But if it's across the world, we don't really care too much. The military,
I mean, we're there in South Korea, but it's only because we hate North Korea.
we're there in South Korea because we practically we've been in South Korea for a long time.
I mean, since the Korean War ended.
Yeah, we're only in South Korea because we get to piss off North Korea. I think really, there's no strategic value for South Korea other than that, other than like tech manufacturers maybe. But yeah, no, we're only there because it's funny.
Yeah.
There's a couple military bases. I still never got into contact with that Navy friend. I need to do that. I keep forgetting.
What do you want?
Just ask him how it is over there.
Hmm.
If it's as bad as the news says it is,
Yeah. Because I mean, I have a cousin who's stationed in Japan.
it's completely different.
Yeah.
It's a different Asian landmass in the middle of the water. Although, can he get us a cheap trip to an army base? He might be able to.
I don't know. I mean, he's not exactly high ranking or anything.
No. It doesn't matter. Or can he help us find a place to stay or something for super cheap? We can go. Does he have a house on the base?
I don't know. Probably not. No.
Does he have an apartment on base?
Maybe.
I'll sleep in the closet. I don't care.
Yeah. Well. I mean, the only military base we have in Japan is in super far south Japan, and everybody.
Boy, with that bullet train, nobody gives a fuck how far away it is.
Well, and everybody in the city that surrounds that base hates that base.
Really?
Yeah, because part of it is that the American soldiers get super drunk, and they also have a history of sexually assaulting the women in the area.
That's any base. I'm just gonna say that right now. That's any fucking base.
Yeah, but the Japanese
They
people-
always start bar fights. They always go to the nearest base and fuck with women. But a lot of the women, in America at least, a lot of those places actually like that because it's business.
Yeah, but not in Japan.
Even though it's messy business, but the women like it. The prostitutes love it.
Yeah, but in Japan, that doesn't fly there.
Although it does. There's a lot of places in Japan where weirder
Yeah,
shit flies.
but yeah.
It's not there.
But just not in South Japan, no.
Yeah.
It's like Texas.
Well, actually, that's one of those things is, there's been multiple documentaries, the Japanese red light district areas, they actually still don't like American men.
Of course not. Because they probably hear that their reactions are like American soldiers.
Well, no, it's not that. It's literally it's a size thing. It's a dick size thing. A large portion of it. As a guy, multiple documentaries I watched where guys ran around and we're talking to managers. It's oh, Americans aren't allowed. And then they talk to the prostitutes and stuff. And they're like, well, why? Dick too big. And I'm like, oh. I was like, and I'm like, I guess that's true, but still, I'm like, I want to go over and get. All right,
Just say you're Canadian.
I'm white Canadian. Oh, we love Canadian. Well, I'm just I'm Canadian. I'm sorry for my people. And then it's how many women you want? Anyway, it's okay. I'm gonna go to my busty maid cafes in Akihabara, and I'm not gonna care. Dude, High-Tech hooks it up with all the pictures, though. All the Twitter waifus. My God, so good. Carry on.
For God's sakes, carry on. Watson wrote the
My wayward soul. Anyway.
Watson wrote the executive order plainly discriminates based on nationality in a way that's opposed to federal law and founding principles of this nation. And as you can see there, that's a solid South Korean Air Koro airplane.
South Korean or North Korean?
North Korean.
I was gonna say because it's got the North Korean colors.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Air Koro. Those planes are notoriously shitty, and they're also very old. Yeah, no, don't fly to Korea on Air Koro. But you don't actually have a choice legally. That's the only functioning air company. Yeah. The White House said in a statement that Watson's dangerously flawed order undercuts the president's effort to keep the American people safe and enforce minimum security standards for entry into the United States. These restrictions are vital to ensuring foreign nations comply with the minimum security standards required for the integration of our immigration system and security of the nation. So from what they said about the ban was that these countries aren't giving citizen information to the United States so that the people can be vetted. Now, the process to vet citizens from other countries is not some new thing. I don't know the full extent of the ban. I haven't read it. Probably should to be more aware about what it does. I mean, if that was just like the minimum, like these countries weren't giving up the data, that's why they're going to ban immigration from these countries, then I'd be like, fine, they're well within their right. A country must have solid, immigration restriction and standards for vetting the people coming into it. And if a country refuses to comply with that, well, then the citizens can't be allowed in.
What's that?
But if it's something else, if there's something more that this ban does, or is in place because of something else,
Right to the